This video is for the one who feels nothing, who just feels nothing and just feels and experience nothing. It's just a feeling of not feeling anything. I don't know how to explain this to you, but have you ever been in a situation like you're not depressed, you're not sad, you're not lonely, and you're most certainly not dreaming? It's just like watching your life instead of living it. I call this, and most people also call this autopilot. Your brain just goes into autopilot. Think about it. What do you do in your 24 hours from right now? Just analyze and think about it for a second. If you want to pause the video, just pause it. I can bet I can know what you do if you're a normal person that I think. I'm just saying this in a perspective that I see most people around me doing this. You wake up, you go to your work, you come home. So you wake up, you drink coffee, you go to the work, you come home, maybe gym or a little bit jogging. And most of your free time is just consuming short form content, reels, and YouTube videos. What do you think is going to happen? So think about this. If every reel or short form video that you watch is averaging about 30 seconds, and you're watching reels for about 1 hour, and that's 3,600 seconds of constant dopamine hit and constant stimulation. What do you think is going to happen? Your brain is not made for taking this much information in such amount of time. If you think about it, just think about it. What if it even is memes, or if it's just watching any kind of informational content? It's just giving you information at full speed that your brain is not made to analyze it. Why do you care what happens if a guy eats chocolate for 30 days? What do you care about the deep monsters or mysterious creatures in the ocean? So think about this. If watching reels does this kind of stimulation to our brain and makes our brain purposefully burn out, what does porn, masturbation, stimulates like cigarettes and drugs and coffee itself does to us? And don't think about it that you're doing these things one by one, or you're doing these things only one time a day, one one a day. Like one day you're watching reels, and other day you're doing something else to get the dopamine hit. So you're doing all of these same things in a day, in 24 hours. That's why you're feeling empty. That's why your brain goes into autopilot. Your brain is not made for consuming so much information in such amount of little time. So just think about this. Every creator that you know is out there is trying to improve their content to catch attention and make viewers watch their video for long enough time. What they do, they develop high stimulant dopamine kind of animations and try to squeeze as much information as possible and try to be brief as possible in a single 30-second video. What that does to your mentality, what that does to your brain, and what it does to the information center that is inside your mind. What happens? Every creator that I know or I've seen is trying so hard to make a content engaging and make a content that makes people stop scrolling and watch the video, and they will forget about it anyway. Or the most that they will do, they will like it and they'll share it with a friend, and they will do this and they will repost it. It's a new feature on Instagram, or they will save it to watch for later, which they never watch ever again because they're so overstimulated in watching other content. Why do even creators, YouTube creators, Instagram creators, have to try so hard to catch your attention for about 30 seconds? Most people who are making long form content can't even manage to succeed because viewers are having such short attention spans that are it's literally becoming impossible to hold their attention and make them sit down in a room and give them a video to watch. They don't have the kind of attention span that normal human being that could. So what will happen to you if you do this for about 3 years constantly every day? It's just making your brain misfire and making your brain think about it. What really happens when you watch reels, and what really happens when you watch these short form dopamine hits contents? Your brain is made to discover new information and think about it and logically analyze it and try to discover something new out of it. What reels does to you is that they give you 30 seconds of compressed information that is incomplete, and if you go into the context, that is much more information that is there in 30 seconds. So what does the brain do? It thinks that it knows all the knowledge in the world, and it rewards you with dopamine. And this happens with every single video that you scroll. Even if you watch 4 or 5 seconds of it, your brain gives you the dopamine, and you feel suddenly that you have all the knowledge in the world. And your brain suddenly stops consuming and taking more information because it thinks that it has enough to survive. That's not how our brains are made to be. That's not how our human brains are not made for this. Human brains are made to discover, think, and learn new things. Why would you care? I said this previously. Why would you care about someone if they ate chocolate for 30 days? Why would you care about it? Sure, it sounds interesting. You want to watch it, but it's not just made for endless scrolling in reels all day. What I want you to do is, if you're feeling lost and if you're feeling empty, and just it's a feeling that only guys can relate to it, I think, in my opinion. Maybe some girls can relate to this too, but guys, typically, listen to this. If you want to get out of this state, I want you to do the same things that I've tested for myself and got me out of the situation. And I'm still healing with this. I'm in the second phase of it. I'm trying to give you the first phase, and if I see some improvements on this video, I will drop the second phase too. I'm on the second phase right now. So I'm really trying to help myself get out of the situation, because this situation is really dangerous. It makes you feel like you're purposeful, but you're not purposeful at the same time. You feel like you're going to avenge yourself from something, but there is nothing to take revenge from. I don't know how to express this to you. So what I want you to do is just the cycle of first phase, which is 7 days. For 7 days, don't go into social media. In fact, just delete all kind of social media apps that you have: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever you have. Just delete this for the sake of yourself and your own mental health and improvement. If you want to really come back, make a comeback in 2026. And 2020, you want 2026 to be the year of your life. What I want you to do is, for 7 days, cut off all social media, including every single thing that you are doing right now in the course of your free times, like scrolling in every scrolling app that is out there. So I noticed that Twitter has also made some kind of reel section. If you watch a video and just scroll, it just goes by. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all of those kind of applications that are short form content focused. And for 7 days, you're not going to do anything with your phone beside communication, taking notes, maybe taking some pictures and videos. Ground yourself, meditate for 20 minutes every single day, and sit silent in silence for 30 for 7 days. And try to really make your thoughts centered in one way. And just, if you don't feeling anything, just stop and focus on your breathing. And just focus on your breathing, and just don't catch on your thoughts, and just let them go and let them pass for just 20 minutes every day. Start engaging with the earth. Walk bare feet on the ground and start feeling the earth. Start connecting to the earth. Like people before us did the same thing. They would hunt, they would go, and they would swim occasionally. It doesn't matter. They would go for a hunt and they would provide for themselves. That's what gave them dopamine. And that's what real dopamine is. I'm talking about the prehistoric times where people lived in caves. So ground yourself and start interacting with plants, animals, and your pets, and start taking care of yourself. And the last step that I'm trying to give you is so important and so critical that you have to do this. Go into a library. If you've never been in a library, just go there and go into any sections of book and look for a book that the title makes you most interested into reading this book and to knowing what really happens in this book. It can be a novel, it can be Roman, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, just look at it. If you want to look upon a love story or anything that is going to make you busy in that reading and makes you really interested in reading that book, and finish that book in 7 days. And then you will start to feel something that you start to feel alive. I can tell this from personal experience. You will start feeling alive because your dopamine receptors are finally trying to regenerate themselves in some kind of way. They're finally recalibrating. They're cooperating with themselves, and they're trying to, oh, this person is healing. And we have to be the same way that we were before. Not before the destroyed way, but I'm talking to you about the way that they were when they were healthy, with these kind of stimulants didn't exist. About and after that, you will start to feel something, and you will find your way and your purpose. Most people can't even eat without watching their favorite show, without watching their favorite content. They can't even eat. Can you survive the 7 days? Just be true to yourself, and nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Just try to do it for 7 days and you will feel different. But remember, if they can do it, if all of the successful people which have got all the things that you want, so can we. And let's grow together.